All right, so I want to talk to you about something that is actually happening next week. So, starting on Monday, I'm going to release the entire Flawless series from units 1 to 3. They'll be free and available to the public on YouTube for 1 week only. So, here's what I recommend you do if you want to take part in this challenge. Go through as many of the lessons as you can. Don't worry about any of the rules I give you. Just kind of binge these lessons as you have time because I don't want you to worry about grading. I don't want you to worry about whether or not you're progressing. Just take one lesson at a time. You can do 4, 5, 6 in a day if you want. You can do more, you can do less, and just go as far as you can. Because this course was originally designed for you to be able to just come in and take one lesson a day. Over time, I decided to kind of improve the results a little bit, and I would tell you to spend more time on a single lesson. And in the very beginning, I was telling you to spend up to a week and even get 100% on these drills. And the reason for that was because I didn't know that I was going to turn this into a major thing. I was doing it for my university students, and so I would try and give them one lesson a week. And I was also trying to post these on YouTube for all of you. But it took me time to create these videos. So in order for you to keep up the momentum and keep practicing, I would say spend 1 week or get 100%. And now that it's in a more finished format, I don't think anybody needs to spend more than 3 days on a single lesson. But for this particular challenge, it's kind of like the Flawless Festival. I wanted to kind of do it every year. You can go through and just take one lesson after another. It's going to be pretty easy in a playlist where you'll just be able to click the next video at the end of one. And you should mark yourself as being done each time you complete one. That way I can see how you're progressing and I can see how many people are actually participating in the challenge. And you get to kind of demonstrate what you're capable of doing in the week. So, just go as far as you can. And you should see some results from this. If you do as many videos as you can, it's kind of like an intensive summer camp where you're going in and you're going to this music school and you're really getting intensive training, but for 1 week only. I don't want you to do this forever because you can burn out. Definitely if you're trying to do this several times a day, or if you're trying to do like 8 lessons in a day, you will burn out. But for a 1 week period, I actually think it's going to be fine. I've done things like this before and I've seen benefits. I generally don't recommend it because I'm looking for more long-term discipline and willpower to be built in. And I think it's better for you to just take things step by step and go one at a time. But for this thing that's coming up, it's going to be really fun. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be responding to any comments or questions. And I think it'll be a really great way for you to see what is in the first 3 units, possibly the 4th unit. We'll see if I make that available too. But it's only going to be for 1 week. And on August 17th, 2025, we're going to close it down for members only again, which really on YouTube is pretty affordable. You can go through and you can keep doing these lessons. So take advantage of this week, get as many lessons done as you can. Share with your friends, let other people know about this. I'm doing this partially just so that you can experience what this course is all about and decide whether or not this is something that you want to incorporate into your routine, because there's a lot of ear training apps out there. There's a lot of programs. So why would you take this one? When there's so many other large companies and corporations that have these massive ear training programs that, have so many drills and games you can play. And my course is different because it's professionally curated. It's done by me. I have 8 years of experience teaching this in a university. I have experience teaching myself. I've been teaching students online since 1998. I've been doing this a long time. And I have a unique approach that focuses on audiation, which actually gets you to hear inside these intervals and these chords and everything that's going on. And the thing about relative pitch training is it doesn't normally connect to real life practice. But this course, I firmly believe does, because when you finish it, it's eventually going to be 16 units. It should take you 2 to 3 years to complete the whole thing. But when you finish, even if you just take one lesson a day, you should have this dramatically increased ability to hear what you're listening to. There's almost no way you can't see improvement. And we start simple. A lot of people, they'll start taking this course and be like, oh, okay, this is too easy. That's a good thing. You know, we want it to be easy. We want to take you and build you from the ground up. We want to start at the very foundations and retrain your mind to think about music differently. We don't want to use a tonal based system where you start to recognize scale degree 2, 3, and 4 in relation to the tonic. There's aspects of that training in this course, but that is just one aspect of ear training. And it's not going to help you fluidly hear a piece that's very chromatic. It's not going to help you compose something that's dramatically new. It generally stays within the key. And a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people that take that type of training, they have trouble modulating. You know, the moment we go into a new key center, they're lost. And so I really thought about all the different methods of ear training that were out there. And I really, over the years, teaching at university, I got obsessed. I mean, I am really the type of person where I get on an idea and I can't let it go until I complete it. And so I really thought, how can I make this different? How can I make it more effective? And it's the audiation slow approach. I remember thinking in my university courses, every semester I tried to make it more and more stepwise. So every day they'd come in and we'd start with this and then add a little thing each day. And that's what we're doing in the Flawless course. It's the realization of something that I had worked on for 8 years in the university with over 1,400 students. So I got real-time feedback. I was able to actually see, I had some surprising discoveries with certain students, realizing, oh, that's how you hear this, you know? And so I learned a lot about the different ways that people hear things. And I discovered exercises that work for both beginning and advanced students. And now you have this course. It can really benefit pretty much anybody who can play an instrument at a basic level. So that means you know how to read music, basically. Like, you know what a C looks like on the staff, you know what a G looks like. You have connected with music in some way by either performing it, playing on an instrument, or composing it, writing music, or you just are an avid music listener that knows the basics of music notation. So if that's you, this is great for you. And if it's not you, try the course anyway. See if you can keep up. You know, if you can keep up, great. Now you know that this course is something that'll help you. So we're doing that for 1 week. Very excited about it. Today we're doing perfect pitch though, and I am working on the quiet ear. I just haven't had time because we're doing this festival right now. But we're going to work on something different today. So first, we're going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to ask you to try and audiate a B flat. Just audiate a B flat in your mind. You'll probably end up audiating a C, but try and audiate the B flat. Oh, I have to share my screen with you. So keep it strong in your mind, audiate that B flat with clarity, and then I will play it. Okay, there's your B flat. So if you got close to it, that's good. You should go, maybe if you have an instrument or a little app, check the note that you actually heard and compare it to this. That is useful. All right, so what we're going to start by doing is I'm going to play B flat C, D, E, and F sharp. But I'm going to play them using different articulations. And when I play them with different articulations, I want you to notice if the articulation or the dynamic changes your ability to remember or identify the pitch. Does it change anything about the quality? What does hearing the actual pitch in different articulations do? So we're going to start with B flat. I'm not going to talk, just listen. Now I'm going to play a few tones. We're just going to call these distractor tones. And then I'm going to play one of those notes, B flat, C, D, E, or F sharp. And let me know if you can identify the note before I tell you. C. B flat. F sharp. E. D. Now I'm going to play a tone, which I want you to remember. Then I'm going to play a bunch of tones in between, and let's see if you can remember that tone at the end. So we're going to start with B flat. All right, can you hear the B flat in your mind? Okay, let's try C. Can you hear the C? Let's try D. Hold it in your mind, keep it going like a drone. Okay, where's that D? Let's go for E. Sorry, they're all dark. I only come up with somber melodies, I guess. All right, here's your E. Can you hear it? All right, let's do F sharp. I'll try and make this one happy. Okay, there's your happy song. Can you hear the F sharp? It's really weird to play these melodies because they're all delayed by like a quarter second, so it makes it hard for me to play them in tempo. That latency is fun. All right, so now I'm going to play B flat or C, and then you're going to audiate the next note in the sequence. So remember our sequence: B flat, C, D, E, F sharp. So if I do this, what's the next note? Hear it. D. Okay, how about this? Hear it? That's your E. And our last note is F sharp. So I'm going to play the sequence. Hear the F sharp. All right, now we're going to mix it up. Now I'm going to play a note somewhere in the sequence. You have to sing the next note up. If I happen to play F sharp, you have to play B flat because it starts over again. All right, here we go. What note was that? See if you can figure it out. B flat. Now audiate what note? You should audiate C. Go for it. All right, here's another note. Try and identify what it is. That's an E. Can you audiate the next note? F sharp. All right, how about this one? What note is that? D. Can you audiate the next note of the sequence? E. So hear it in your head. How about this one? Audiate the next note in the sequence, but first identify what that note is. That's an F sharp. So that means you have to audiate to B flat. All right, now I'm just going to name a note and try and audiate it and see if you get it right. E. No singing, just audiate. C. Audiate D. Audiate B flat. C. E. Doesn't matter if you're getting these wrong. I don't think. D. F sharp. C. D. B flat. E. B flat. F sharp. D. C. B flat. And E. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is do kind of like a backward forward mapping thing. So I'm going to play a 4-note sequence. You're going to go ahead and audiate what I play and then audiate it backwards in your mind. So you're hearing what I'm playing, then going backwards. Here's your 4-note sequence. Audiate it forwards and then go backwards. Do you know what the notes were? B flat, C, D, E. Now let's do a 5-note sequence all the way up to F sharp. So audiate it forwards and backwards. Go ahead and audiate that and then reverse it, go backwards. Now I want you to just go ahead and audiate this for a few moments, going forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. I want to see if your tones shift. Like you might end up on an A when we're done. So here it is again. You can just audiate it like this over and over again. No stopping. Make it fluid. Okay. Do it on your own for about a minute. Moment of truth. Audiate the B flat, C, D, E, F sharp. All right. So that's all we're going to do for today. So I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, remember, flawless thing starts. So again, you want to do this? I think it'd be a lot of fun. I might even try and do it, although I have to keep creating more flawless videos for you. So I'll probably be working on that, but I will be here to answer any questions throughout the week. I will pop in as I can. And I want to know how you're doing, what kind of experience you have. If you're just taking one lesson per day, so you get through maybe 7 lessons, or if you binge it and you go for an immersive week where you do as many of these as you can. Ideally, you're paying attention. Ideally, this is not a passive thing where you're just having it play in the background. But if you decide to do that, let me know. Let me know how that works out for you. So we can run a little bit of an experiment and see, hey, if you binge this, can you get through? How many lessons can you get through? And is there a benefit? Because the way the program is set up is lesson one and lesson two. They're very similar, but it's almost as if I were to come to your house every single day. And each day, I'd be like, okay, yesterday we're working on the perfect fifth. I'm going to quiz you on it again, see if you've improved at all. So I'm coming in each day and kind of teaching the same thing, but in slightly different ways so that you're constantly being stimulated. It's literally like having a practice partner. So don't think of this as your traditional ear training program where you come in and you got to get 100% to move on. It doesn't work that way. This course does not work that way. I initially established it that way because you would be waiting for the next drill otherwise. And if you don't practice daily or near daily, then you don't get as good results. I do believe that 4 days a week is optimal. You know, if that's all you can do, that's great. Going down to 3, we're starting to get a little bit sketchy here. But why am I basing it off that? Because when I taught ear training, I taught 4 days a week. And I noticed that the students that would come in every single day, whether they liked it or not, they would improve. You know, the students that missed many classes, the ones that didn't really show up, they had a lot harder time keeping up with the ear training. So I'm basing this off this, kind of, there's other factors at play here. I'm not unaware of that. I'm not unaware of the fact that the students that show up tend to be the more dedicated students to begin with, right? I'm aware of that. But I have noticed that the improvement for those that consistently came in and did these little exercises with me each day, it was much better for those that attended. So the idea here is you come in every day and I reinforce concepts from the previous lesson. It's never like you do lesson one and then lesson two is dramatically different. Lesson two may be dramatically harder, but then lesson three might be a little bit easier. And then lesson four might be a little harder. Then lesson 5 and 6 are both easier. Then maybe 7 is a little bit harder. It's this constant kind of up and down motion where we're dealing with the same intervals, same topics, and we gradually add stuff onto it. So by the end of unit 3, we're starting to deal with inverted chords and chord progressions, but we got there very slowly. It took us normally 60 days. So I'm really excited to see how many of you participate. And I mean, share with your friends, let them know about this, and let's see how good you can make your ear in 1 week. So that starts tomorrow. Actually, tonight at midnight, they'll be available. So I hope to see some of you in there. And that's it for today. I'll be here again tomorrow because we still have a week left of this course. And then the quiet ear trainings, they're going to come out. They may come out after this. Right now, just coming in and doing a live stream every day is quite a bit when I also have all my other responsibilities. So you can just do these trainings and then you'll be able to do the quiet ear portion as well. I have notes for each one that I'm going to eventually post. All right. So hopefully I see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining. Have a good week and what's left of it.